Hello, viewers, and welcome to Africa and Beyond Television Network. We continue to take a look on what is happening in the nation Zimbabwe. President Emerson Mnangagwa's government has failed to refurbish the National Sports Stadium, according to the timelines and guidelines we have seen in earlier reports. So, Professor Mtuli went to Parliament and said, out of the 22 million which is required, they have managed only to inject 6 million into this project. Remember, Zimbabwe at this point in time does not have any functional stadium. Let us hear more.
Madam Speaker, Honorable Moyo has requested me to give an update on the disbursements of funds for the refurbishment of the National Sports Stadium. This is from January 2024 to date. The engagements with the Ministry of Sports, Recreation, Arts and Culture indicated that to date, only $6.75 million of work has been contracted. And this relates to infrastructure development, including water reticulation, installation of the security systems, such as the VOC, CCTV, and access control equipment, as well as the ticketing system for the National Sports Stadium. Out of this amount, the total value of work done and certified amounts to $3.8 million, which has since been paid for in full. They now turn to the schedule of contractors for the refurbishment of the sports stadium. Madam Speaker, presentations made by the Ministry of Local Government and Public Works during a technical meeting held in July 2024 indicated that a total budget of $25.4 million is required for the refurbishment of the National Sports Stadium, of which $17.5 million was related to refurbishment of infrastructure, improvement in security and access control, and $7.9 million is targeting other works such as palisade fencing, groundworks, and other ancillary works. I've got a table in my notes here, Madam Speaker, which really gives a breakdown of the whole budget of $25.4 million. I'm going to read it for the sake of the Hansard. For water reticulation, the budget is $920,140. For turnstile ticketing, VOC, CCTV, and access control, the budget is $2.4 million. For floodlights generator and main arena generator is $2 million. For floodlights, structure and structural steel is $1 million. So the total of the ongoing works, as I said, is $6.5 million. Now let me turn to outstanding works which still needs to be contracted out. That's $12.4 million. And other requirements, which include palisade fencing, groundworks, beautification, paving of roads, among others, that's $5.6 million. There's a 10% contingency. That's how contractors work, of $2.3 million. So if you add everything, it comes to $25.4 million. There's a third part to the question by the honourable member pertaining to the total budget allocation and future disbursements timelines. The 2024 budget had an allocation of $2.75 million. Already Treasury has disbursed $3.8 million towards payment of outstanding certificates. From our engagements with key stakeholders, it would appear that there is no predictable implementation and cash flow plan with attendant milestones to effectively execute the required works at the stadium, given that only $6.5 million out of $25.4 million has been contracted out. In this regard, during the technical meeting held in July 2024, Treasury requested that the responsible ministry submits a comprehensive implementation and cash flow plan backed by duly concluded procurement processes that could assist Treasury to determine level of monthly resource requirements to facilitate implementation of the works.
So in earlier reports, we have heard that the amount which was needed was around 12 million. This was an issue which was raised in Parliament by a former MP. But at this point in time, we are hearing that the amount it amounts to 25.4 million, and only 6.5 million has been paid so far, or has been contracted so far, with 3 point something million already paid. So Farai Jere, who is the Murewa West legislator, raised this issue as a man who understand what needs to be done at the National Sports Stadium. Remember, he has been in soccer for a very long time, and he's also the Premier League, Soccer League chairperson. So if you look at these amounts, 12 million and 25 million, these are two figures. The PSL believe that there is need to inject 12 million, whilst the government is talking about 25.4 million. However, Jerry, when you were speaking in parliament, he said that they needed 5 million for the National Sports Stadium to be workable or to be used, or for them to be to enable it to be used. So 5 million was enough according to Jerry. And Mtuli Ngube is talking about 6.5 million already contracted, which means this is work which is already being done at this point in time. So we wait to see what is going to happen. Are we going to have matches being played in the National Sports Stadium after the injection of this 6.5 million? Then other works to be completed. For example, to revamp roads. I don't think that matches can be stopped because roads have not been revamped. There are issues of bucket seats. There are issues of CCTV cameras for security. There are issues like rooms. What do you call them? Change rooms. There are issues about toilets. There are issues about water. Maybe those issues are issues of importance. So we'll be seeing where this government is going to end in terms of doing whatever they are doing. But what is of importance to note is that there is no timeline. The Minister of Finance is not giving timelines to say we expect from this period to that period to have completed a BCD. They don't have timelines, which makes it a very difficult challenge for the people of Zimbabwe who want to see soccer or who want to go and watch international matches, because Zimbabwe remain banned for CAF matches. So this is what is happening at this point in time. We'll continue to watch and see if the government of Zimbabwe will be able to fund this project. Remember, when President Mnangagwa visited China, he talked about an MOU between Zimbabwe and China about the refurbishment of the National Sports Stadium. We will see how this is going to materialize, how this is going to start to work. Are we going to see the Chinese companies coming in to facelift the National Sports Stadium, or they will continue the way they've been doing with the local contractors? The main problem which we have in Zimbabwe is prices are always inflated, which means if you need 12 million, you end up needing 25.4 million. This is a cause of concern because these are issues which happened in parliament, both of them. They happened in parliament, which means if we had viable institutions, they would investigate. Even parliament would investigate to understand why is it that PSO is talking about so much? Why is it that the government itself is talking about so much? But at this point in time, it remains clear that they are not able to fully fund the refurbishment of National Sports Stadium according to the timelines required for that to happen. So this is it. We'll continue to watch and see what is going to happen. Are they going to be able to deal with this? Petronella, thank you very much for coming, and everyone who is here, thank you very much, everybody, for joining us live on Africa and Beyond. Let us meet on other episodes and other broadcasts. If you are following us on Facebook, please make sure that you like our page. And also, if you are following us on YouTube, make sure that you have also subscribed and like this video. Thank you very much, everybody.